What's good? Boy Fannon. Good morning, good morning, good morning, man. Let's talk this boxing. Michael James, what's going on, man? Derek McKee, what's going on, man? How you feeling this morning? Man, I don't like this new mic I got. Well, this old mic. Stu Baby Love TV, what's going on, man? How you feeling? I'm doing well this morning, man. Listening to Trail Boxing Talk. Why I get what's going on, Ill Establishment 92. Avid boxing fan said Eddie Hearn back on that F shit. Yeah, dude, he's fucking the fuck out of here, man. I just did a video on that shit. Check it out later. But that shit don't make any sense. I mean, I'm not gonna say it don't make any sense. It's come on, man. You gonna make an offer. What's going on, man? G Gilmore, what's going on, man? Mark Blake, what's happening, man? As we roll in slow. He said I had to drop like that on the way in. Had to drop that like on the. Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, hit the like. Lynn Mad, what's going on, man? How you feeling this morning? Man, I'm gonna talk about a couple things. As you can see in the title, man, I'm gonna talk about this Wilder 60-40 split thing, and I'm gonna talk about this Adrian Broner deal, man. Because I ain't really talked too much about the Manny Pacquiao fight, because I think that's a dang near foregone conclusion. What's going on, Tony Snowflakes? How you feeling this morning, man? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? Yeah. What up, B&B Boxing? What's going on, man? We got people creeping in, man. I'm gonna wait a little while before we get into the conversation. We get like 50 people in the building. It'll creep on slow. I did a video this morning, so notifications gonna be slow. Fast Eddie at it again. Oh, Nitty G, you know that, man. You know that, man. Look, man, the day that the WBC, I'm gonna try not to cover the same points as 78 Sports TV and those guys covered, which is obvious ones, right? What's going on, man? Sir Douglas, man. Sir Douglas, what's going on, man? JC Boxing, what's good? Mills Lane said AJ sacrificed for Martin and Klitschko. Why not sacrifice for Undisputed? B&B Boxing at work with earbuds on. That's what's up. Look, man, he didn't sacrifice. Well, first of all, he didn't sacrifice for Klitschko. He came up with Klitschko. He got less money than Klitschko did because Klitschko was the bigger man. He was trying to catapult off of Klitschko, man. He rode off of Klitschko. And I'm telling you, man, I think that money's capped out there, man. That money's capped. In order for AJ to continue to make more money per fight, he's got to offer people less. I mean, it's going to be a point in time, man, where he's capped out. That's the most that you're going to make in the UK. That's the most you're going to make in the UK. Now, the money he makes, I have no reason to doubt that it's not, extremely good. That it's not extremely good money. I have no reason to doubt that that's extremely good money. But it's topped out. The only way that he's going to get significantly more money per fight is doing one of two things. Either he's got to offer people less money, pay people less money that he's fighting, so he gets a bigger cut of the same pie, or he's got to come to the United States where the fights can generate more money. It's one or the other. What's going on, Toot Robinson in the building? What's going on, Cool Key? Let me go back a little bit, man. Oh, man, Toot in the building, man. Much love in the super chat there, Toot. Gotta love it, man. Thank you, sir, for supporting, man. I'm sorry, man. And I owed you first time I saw you. You get the perennial gong coming in here, too. Move this over. Let me get here. Charles D, what if I get my notifications late? Yeah, it's all right, man. I'll be here for a minute. Maurice McElroy, what's going on, man? Pound LDBC. Yes, sir. Ken Statafield said, I love the channel, bro. Been watching her playing old game. Same thing as Tyson Holyfield back in the day. Mike wanted to fight Evander instead of Douglas. See what managers do. Yeah, they'll do that. Cool Key, what's going on, man? Toot Robinson. Yes, sir. That's my dude right there. What do you think would raise the UK pay-per-view? Nothing. I don't think anything's going to raise it significantly because I think they're going to do the UK pay-per-view is going to be about the same no matter what they do as Vladimir Klitschko, Anthony Joshua. That's it. I don't think you're going to get 2 million people. They ain't but 64. There's 64 million people in the UK. The only thing, one or two things: raise the price of the pay-per-view. That'll do it. Raise the price. But I don't see them. I mean, there's a finite amount of people that are going to pay for that fight, man, in the UK. And that's my beliefs. Now, somebody can tell you that if there's an extra million people that just aren't watching AJ fight, you know what I mean? Because they have to pay to see him fight every single time. So you already have established who it is that is willing to pay for AJ to fight. You'd have to have Deontay Wilder would have to bring in an extra 500,000 people in the UK that don't currently pay to watch AJ fight. You know what I mean? So I think that it's going to be about the 1.5 million. That's what you can expect out of that. And that's why whenever I estimate, now this is outside looking in, I always use the Klitschko numbers because I think that's about top of the line for what it can generate. I don't think that they can generate $60 million in a fight in the UK. I just don't think you can. I don't think you can do it short of reincarnating Muhammad Ali. You know, short of reincarnating Muhammad Ali and having him fight Anthony Joshua on pay-per-view, I don't think it can happen. And even then, AJ's going to want 60%. Even then, he's going to want, but Ali ain't taking 60%. Ali will be like, fuck out of here, brother. 80-20 for me. Anyway, that's the best I think you can do, man. Aren't the laws against how high they can charge pay-per-view? Yeah, I don't think they allow them to go. I don't think that Sky and those guys allow you to go too high. I don't know if that is a. Okay, that's cool. All right, sorry, man. That was work. Yeah, I don't, But anyway, man, I mean, I don't want to guess it with what's going on, Sugar Fantastic. What's love in the super chat, man? Damian Foster, salute. Ken Satterfield, Hearn going to play this game until Wembley is his last and only option. Last week in Vegas, I heard folks saying the words like scared, hype, and coward along with AJ. Not good. Yeah, dude. Look, man, here's the thing for me. This is my thing on what's going on, Marlon? So Icy Sims. Man, check out my man's channel. He got a fight coming up, man. Put your fight date in the location in the comment section, Marlon. Yeah, man. Look, here's my thing with the AJ. This offer. Now we got about 100 people in the building. All right, I'll do this. I'll say my thoughts on this AJ thing. If Deontay Wilder thinks, first of all, he did it right. He did it the day that the WBC offered, mandated a fight with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Mandated it. Okay, now I know the WBC can be funny business sometimes. But he pretty much has to negotiate with Tyson Fury now. He has to. He's locked into having to do the negotiation. And if they can't come to terms, then it goes to purse bid. Right? And Eddie Hearn said that he would bid. I mean, I have a hard time listening to him, so I just read the title and listened to whatever the people said that, he would come in and he would want to bid for that fight, right? As if he can win that. But anyway, say he wants to bid for that fight. Why would you say, now they have to do it, but you upped your offer for Anthony Joshua to fight Deontay Wilder to 60-40. So you want Deontay Wilder to do what? Drop the belt and fight Anthony Joshua in the UK with the WBC not on the line and have Tyson Fury and Dominic Brazil fight for the vacant belt? How does that work? The WBC mandated that they fight. If Deontay Wilder doesn't want that fight, he's either got to get the WBC to change their mind or he's got to vacate his belt. And if he vacates the belt, then he's just fighting for Anthony Joshua's belt. That doesn't make sense to me. Also, it's the UK. There's more money. There's more potential money in the Tyson Fury fight and Deontay Wilder fight in the US than there is Wilder fighting Joshua in the UK. Because it's number one, it's a 60-40 split the opposite way. So over here, you have a fight in the United States that if it does 600,000 pay-per-views, which I think it'll do, I'm fair. And I like to be conservative. I said that I thought around between 300 and 350,000 pay-per-view for the first fight was going to be what it is. Right now, for the second fight, I'm thinking it's going to do around 600,000 pay-per-view because they're going to sell it even more. They've now got highlights and shit for people to watch, right? And to see, there was a lot of conversation about the fight, right? Both fighters are better known now than they were before the fight. Say it gets to 600,000. Some people think it's going to do 1 million. I'm not going to say 1 million. I'll just say 600,000. Well, if you do 600,000 pay-per-views and you can get 20 million for a gate in Vegas, which it'll also do, because now they don't want the fight to be in Los Angeles. They want it to be in the UK. I mean, they want it to be in Vegas, and the ticket prices are going to go up. If you can get 20 million, if you can do a Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez gate in Vegas, you get a $20 million gate, and that's a $65 million fight. That's a $65 million fight, of which he gets his side gets 40%. That's $33 million. If you got the Anthony Joshua, if he takes 40% against Anthony Joshua, his side, I'm not talking about what he winds up in his pocket, but his side, the Wilder side, gets 60% of a $50 million fight. That's $22 million. That's just eyeballing it. You know, that sounds like $11 million difference. And that's just that's a potential. If it does more than that, the gap gets wider. So the offer just doesn't seem real to me. And once again, they don't want the fight, man. They don't really want the fight. And at this point in time, they really can't afford that fight in the UK. That's the real side of it, is they can't afford the fight in the UK. You guys don't pay enough money. And that's not AJ's fault. That's not Hearn's fault. The UK fans that talk, y'all don't pay enough. Demand that if you want AJ to be the financial king of boxing, demand Sky Sports charge you more for your pay-per-views. Write letters to Sky and say, look, we really, really, really support Anthony Joshua. We want this fight to be bigger. Will you please charge us 65, what is it, 65 pounds for this fight? I know we're getting it now for 19 pounds, 99 pence, but will you please charge me 60 pounds for this fight so that AJ can be the number one money man? Because we need him to make more money, and the money comes from us, so we just need more. Until you guys in the UK are willing to pay more money for your tickets and pay more money for your pay-per-view, you can't afford that fight. The way I see it, you can't afford it. As soon as Deontay Wilder established that he can do 300,000 pay-per-views by himself, because Tyson Fury's by himself, as much as you try to manipulate crap, that's Deontay Wilder. But as soon as he said that he can be a reasonable pay-per-view attraction in the US, you can no longer afford it. You can't afford it. Because it's you guys, it's your money. It's your money that we're talking about. We're talking about UK fans' money. We're not talking about US, you're not talking about our money. Our money, we don't have to pay for Anthony Joshua fights. I haven't given him a penny. You guys pay that money for him. But if you want us to pay for them, we'll pay for it. But we're going to pay a lot more for it. Just on an individual basis. I'm going to pay $75 for that fight. You're going to pay $25 for that fight. Get your money up. Get your money up. Tell these dudes you want to pay more money. James Sosa, Fannon, they will really call and ask to have the price raised. That's how stupid and desperate these Hearn cats are. Yeah, they damn sure will charge more money. Yeah, dog, they charge us way more money than they heard. Yeah, but I wouldn't. Yeah, but that's what you got to do. If you want AJ to be really the biggest cash cow ever, you have to tell them to raise your prices. Tell them to raise your prices. But you know what will happen if AJ charges $75 or 60 pounds a fight? He gonna do about 200,000 pay-per-view buys. He gonna do about 200,000. Because they'll be like, God dang, how much money we gotta pay for this shit? No. The motherfuckers will start shit in the streets over that. They will start stuff in the street. Oh, Fannon, like Broner said, that money is shorter than midget sex. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just cheap ass UK guys keep chucking them darts. Yeah, you're not gonna pay the money, man. They're not gonna pay. That's what I like about even. I mean, dude, it's just we pay the money. Shy Town, what's going on, Nitty G? What's good in the Shy? Yeah, but that, I mean, that's kind of where that is, man. So, wow. In reality, the U.S. has the best boxing fans. We pay 75 plus for pay-per-views, 300 plus for those bleed seats, for nosebleed seats. Yeah, man. I mean, we get jobbed the most. They charge us through the nose. We pay through the nose. We pay them through the nose for boxing. We pay through the nose for that stuff. You guys got more like socialist tendencies. Just for real. Just like the way I think your healthcare system is better too. And they're like, oh, hell no. Don't you get, does the UK have socialized healthcare? I don't know if they do or they don't. I'm gonna lose mine. I can't monetize this now, but I believe that in Europe they got some socialized healthcare. We ain't doing that shit. We be like, hell no. We paying for this doctor. Oh, hell no. What do you mean? Help me with my health bills? No. I'm paying it all myself. I don't care if my grandmama died. That's how these dudes do here. We stupid like that. We're real stupid like that. Real stupid like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. If they, that's what I'm saying. You ain't, come on, man. You guys, the core of your money, people spending money got more sense, okay? I don't want to pay $75. You know, I don't want to. But hey, man, it is. Yeah, national health care. Yeah, oh no. And talk about that for a second. Oh, dog, half the country be up in arms, man. Calling us all kind of names for thinking that we deserve, you know, to be able to go to the doctor for a checkup, dog. Without having to sell our house. Why don't Fitz just file for welfare and then which is funny. Yeah, exactly, dog. But we won't do that, dog. We refuse to do that, dog. Salute Fanon. I smell victory for Broner. I don't know. Leonard Ellerby knows. That's the other subject, man. I do want to get on that other subject, though, man. I want to get on that other subject, man. All right. AB acts a fool. But on the real, they do need to, as far as that's one thing I want to talk about before I get too far. I'm not a big fan of the way AB, Adrian Broner uses the N-word, calling people like that. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I wish that could be saved for in the house, you know what I mean? Or behind the scenes. I wish that type of specific talk, he wouldn't do that. I don't like the Mexican bean converse. I don't like that shit at all. I don't like it at all. But him saying something to Al Bernstein, I think they absolutely should say something to them. I don't think that those guys, because, they're not just some neutral observer. They're not some neutral observer. And I do believe that there needs to be ramifications for them trying to screw up and screw with the public perception of a fighter. Like, there's about to be a new hit job show on boxers coming on ESPN, where Max Kellerman is now 1 hour a week going to talk about boxing on ESPN. 1 hour a week of having to listen to. Now it's going to be, instead of the fight game on Showtime, you're going to have whatever Max Kellerman's boxing show is on ESPN. I guarantee you there's going to be more crap coming out of Max Kellerman's mouth than there ever was out of Jim Lampley's. This is the dude that said that Manny Pacquiao was the greatest fighter of his generation, despite having very questionable wins over Juan Manuel Marquez, getting knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez, losing to Eric Morales, and getting beat by Floyd Mayweather Jr. But he is the greatest fighter of his generation. And nobody can argue with Max Kellerman differently. That's what we're going to have to listen. I'm telling you, man, I'm already getting ready for it. I'm going to be tearing the shit out of that show. Because I know what Max Kellerman is going to bring. Max Kellerman is going to be selling Vasyl Lomachenko. He's going to be selling Gennady Golovkin. He's going to be doing just what them HBO dudes did. Just what them HBO dudes did. And people and the fighters, definitely, if they see those dudes, they should say something to them. They don't have to be polite to those guys. They're the product. What are they going to do? Not cover them? Not cover them? No, they need to take leverage over those media guys. They need to take leverage over those media guys because those media guys are making money off the boxers, not the other way around. And the way the social media is working, dude, I heard about what Eddie Hearn said to Blue Blood about, just small media outlets. Dog, we're boxing fans. And we can talk straight to boxing fans. And they can talk straight to boxing fans. Period. And if they don't talk to you, then what are you going to say? About you just going to shit on them? Doesn't matter because boxing fans still going to talk about it. But if they don't cover those guys fairly, all those boxers should say something to them. Hey man, I think that you treated me like crap. I think that's crap that you said. And I don't appreciate you saying that. You hate on me. If they feel like it, they should say something to them. Went in the interview and put them and hold them accountable. These media guys just get to say whatever they want to say and never get held accountable. And remember, when media guys say something about boxers, they're either building the fighter's profile or they're tearing the fighter's profile down. And that does real harm to the bottom dollar of that boxer. And that's why and those media guys know that. They know that. That's why, man, if I was, now I'm not going to say if I was, but man, I hope it never happens. But Paulie Malignaggi is a boxer. If I was Deontay Wilder, I might have slapped the taste out of his mouth for all that shit. Just really all that shit? Y'all really got robbed? Dog, you screwing with my money. Just call the fucking fight and shut the fuck up. Call the fight, give your opinion. You start jumping up and down on that fucking mic like that, dude, I will Charlie Zinn off your ass. I'm Nate, dog. And never do it. But let them cats know. Absolutely, let those cats know. Let me get down here, man. Oh, Chris Mahoney, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? 60-40 Wilder ducking. Dude, Wilder don't want him. I believe this. Wilder doesn't want Joshua. And I don't blame him. Why were you holding? Don't be hypocrites. Don't be a hypocrite. Deontay Wilder has a route by which he can make more money for himself than he would against Anthony Joshua. He now has the market open to him where he has the potential to earn more money fighting somebody other than Anthony Joshua. But you want Deontay Wilder to cut his potential down to go fight Anthony Joshua. For what? You didn't want Anthony Joshua to give him 50-50. You don't want Anthony Joshua. If I said to you, hey, Anthony Joshua needs to give Deontay Wilder 50-50 for this fight. You would tell me that I'm wrong. He doesn't deserve it. Nobody deserves 50-50. But you want Deontay Wilder to turn down a fight that is 60-40 in his favor, that has more financial potential, and go to a fight that is 40-60, where he gets 40% in a smaller market. Are you being a little bit of a hypocrite? A little bit of a hypocrite? The fact is that Deontay Wilder sells his pay-per-views He's going to sell his pay-per-view in the United States for $75 a pop. He's already proven that he can sell pay-per-views at $75 a pop. He's going to get and he can sell over 300,000. He could sell as many as 1 million because the market bears that many. There are other fights. Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin, who are not American fighters and are not heavyweights, did 1 million at $90. Why would you expect Deontay Wilder to do something you would never ask Anthony Joshua to do? You would never ask Anthony Joshua to do that. And they don't, and you really don't, and I don't expect them to. Based on the way that you guys go about things, but why wouldn't Anthony Joshua say this? Man, let's do 50-50 in the United States. I'll scratch my date in April. Unifications trump mandatories. How about we do 50-50 in the United States right now? We can do 1 million pay-per-view buys in the United States. We'll do 1.5 million pay-per-views in the UK at the same time. Let's split it down the middle. Why wouldn't you ask him to do that? But you want Deontay Wilder to go fight in a small market for a smaller percentage of the pie. Popularity is not stagnant, okay? I know that you believe that this time in 2017, that Anthony Joshua was the hottest name in the box. He had the most momentum in the heavyweight division, meaning that his status was here and he was going here. That's not the case anymore. Okay? Deontay Wilder went from getting a $5 million offer to fight Dillian White to an $8 million offer to fight Dillian White to a $12.5 million offer to fight Anthony Joshua to a $15 million fight to fight Anthony Joshua to a 60-40 split offer to fight Deontay Wilder. All of those offers are behind his own trajectory because he has an actual I'm going to say 400,000 pay-per-views sold at $75 a pop with 17,000 tickets sold in the Staples Center as an introductory fight. And he has the potential to go to Vegas, do 1 million pay-per-views at $75 a pop. I'm saying 600,000, but it could do 1 million. It could do 1 million. If it did, and that's what I'm saying, that's the potential that he has. His potential is somewhere between 600,000 and 1 million. Lowball, his half would be 33 million. At the 600,000 mark, if it was 1 million, that's 75 million. That's a $100 million fight. 60% of that is 60 million. But you want him not to take that chance. You want him to come fight in Wembley for 60 or you want him to go to Wembley and fight for 40% against Anthony Joshua of a $50 million fight. Come on, man. Come on, man. But, you know, I'm making it up, dog. You know what I mean? I'm making it up. You guys are comedy, man. You guys are just, you're not, I mean, honestly, you're just not funny. You're just liars. You're not funny. You're a liar. You don't believe that. You don't believe that shit yourself, man. That's like saying Canelo Alvarez should go fight. If Canelo Alvarez was a heavyweight, oh, let me get these super chats, man. I missed a bunch. Raider time, man. Salute. Pound LDBC. Yes, sir. Jeff Marshall said 50-50 or no time to play with Eddie. Exactly. Damian Foster. AJ said he wanted to fight at Wembley, so let him stay there and make chump change. Wilder's on the bigger and better things. Yes, Damian Foster. Stinger in the building. Salute. What's going on, man? What's going on, Stinger? Good to see you back at the channel. Oh, Patel, I already know what you're gonna say. Man, look, man, you guys are AJ. I mean, seriously, man. Look, this is America, man. We got the money. I mean, you guys can, you UK cats can say what you want. Okay? AJ is the biggest. He's made more money fighting in the UK than any fighter has ever made in the UK. Except for, yeah, I won't even say Vladimir Klitschko when he got more money to fight Anthony. Vladimir Klitschko got paid more than Anthony Joshua in that fight, by the way. But AJ has made more money in the UK than any other fighter has fighting in the UK. I do believe. He hasn't made as much. He's not in the top. He's not in the top 10 paydays he's not in the top 20 paydays in the United States. He's not top 20. Lennox Lewis made more money fighting in the United States than AJ made in the UK. And that's the truth. Evander Holyfield made more money, and I'm not talking about controlling for inflation either. I'm saying more actual money. Evander Holyfield made more actual money per fight in the United States than AJ made in the UK. Oscar De La Hoya made more money actually in the United States than AJ made in the UK. Mike Tyson made more money actually in the United States than AJ makes in the UK. Manny Pacquiao made way more money fighting in the United States than AJ makes fighting in the UK. Floyd Mayweather Jr., way more money in the United States than AJ made fighting in the UK. Conor McGregor made way more money fighting in a boxing match in the United States than AJ made in the UK. Conor McGregor made more money in one fight in the United States than AJ's made in his entire career in the UK. Same with Oscar De La Hoya. Same with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Canelo Alvarez makes way more money on DAZN than AJ has ever made in the UK. You guys are a secondary market. That's what it is. You're a secondary market. AJ is not pay-per-view in the United States. He's not pay-per-view in Canada. He's not pay-per-view in Mexico. He's not pay-per-view in Germany. The only people that have to pay for him to watch him fight are you. You UK fans are the only people in the world that I know of that act, other than when Joseph Parker fought him and they had to pay for it in New Zealand. You're the only people that I've ever heard of that have got to pay for Anthony Joshua's fights. You have an incredibly inflated sense of AJ's worth because the marketing is meant to communicate to you that he is this huge global star. He's not. He's as far as monetary, as far as pay-per-view. If they put him on billboards in Kuwait or not Kuwait. If they put him in billboards in Saudi Arabia and all that, boss puts his pictures up. Okay, he fought on US TV. Okay, but when you're talking about the actual fight, dude, he might earn Errol Spence and Mikey Gers. There's a good chance that Errol Spence Jr. will earn more money in his fight than AJ earns. That fight in March, depending on, because nobody talk, I don't know what the split is that, but I guarantee you Errol Spence Jr. is the ones getting the lion's share of that money. There's a chance that he will make more money. Because if he has a $75 pay-per-view and they do 500,000, the Mikey Garcia Errol Spence Jr. fight will do more money than the AJ fight did. There's a chance. I'm not saying that it's the truth, but there's a chance. You guys just think that you guys believe Eddie Hearn. You believe a guy that's just on record for telling stories constantly, man. Snacks B, salute, man. Oh, yeah. Sal said Mike Tyson left prison with a $300 million deal for 4 fights in 1996. Dog, I mean, it's just so much more money here, man. It's so much more money, man. That's like women's basketball, okay? Women's basketball in the United States, they have great players, but they've got to go to Europe to get paid. They play in the WNBA. The WNBA is their off season. A lot of people talk about it, but the WNBA are those women's, that's their off season because they're over there getting paid in China because that's where the money is for women's basketball. Boxing. I mean, in China. Same thing for women's boxing. Women's boxers are in MMA because my understanding is that's where the money is for them, in MMA. It just depends on the market. Who's paying what? Soccer, the money is in Europe. That's where they're gonna. If you're a great soccer player, you're not playing MLS in the U.S. You're going to Europe, or South America. I don't know, maybe South America, whatever. But that's where Rolando and Pele didn't come. Pele didn't come to the United States till he was done. I'm telling you, man, that's how it is in boxing. That's how it is in basketball. In basketball, you want the big money. You can be as great as you want in the UK, in Europe. You got to come to the United States to get that dough. In boxing, you got to come to the United States to get the dough. And any American that tells you differently is lying to you. Lying to you so that you can hear what you want to hear. And it's, this American is saying, yeah, Americans say a lot of shit. Stu Baby Love TV says, stuff these UK people say show how stupid they are. What's that? No, honestly, man, it shows you, to me, what's going on, Brandon Ivy? I'll get to your sit in a second. What it shows you is that these are just casual fans. Most of these guys are young dudes. Like if you've never left your backyard, it's really hard to understand, to know what's not in your backyard, right? Like a story, man. When I grew up in the town, there was a girl. I thought she was the most beautiful thing in the world, right? Thought she was absolutely beautiful. And just, beautiful, like a brown, like a bronze colored skin with these real vibrant green eyes, and just was like, wow. I thought everybody's like, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Then, I left. I went to college. I went to New Orleans. And I was like, God dang. And then I went to DC, right? Then I saw people come to DC from LA, right? And then years later, I went back, and I still know. And I looked at her and I was like, wow, I used to think you were so incredible. You're pretty. She's pretty. But no, dog, she ain't no Ananda Lewis. She ain't like them. They got a whole bunch of chicks at, what's that school in New Orleans? St. Mary's. It's like, God dog, man, she ain't the queen of St. Mary's. she ain't. No, dog, no. Opens your eyes. A lot of these people think that AJ's money is big. Number one, they believe him. Number two, you can't get around $75, $25. $75, $25. Okay, you just can't. And then the casual fan. You guys have, just say, maybe 40 million casual fans. We've got 150 million casual fans. So when even a quarter of that gets turned on, you get 1 million. You get 1 million people that'll watch a pay-per-view at $75 a pop, dog. And I'm telling you, blacks and Hispanics in America, black and Hispanics are the #1 money markets in boxing. #1. Because Oscar De La Hoya, that's why Oscar De La Hoya made so damn much money. Because Mexicans watched him fight. That's why Mike Tyson made so much money, because everybody watched him fight. Telling you, man, y'all don't believe me. I don't care, but it is what it is. And that's why, and you know something's here, man. It's like, okay, you don't think Deontay Wilder likes money? Why aren't they answering the call? You think that he's afraid, okay? But let's take afraid out of it. Let's take afraid out of it. Why wouldn't he, other than you just coming up with some, oh, he's afraid for some reason, even though he just fought Luis Ortiz, he just fought Tyson Fury, why wouldn't he be calling him back? Because the money doesn't work. Because now he's a pay-per-view guy. Now he knows, oh shit, let's do this again. Deontay Wilder is pushing, hey, I want that rematch. Not just because he wants that get back. He wants that get back money. He wants that money. Let's run it again. And Tyson Fury, now they mandated it. That works in Deontay Wilder's advantage. Because Tyson Fury's got to enter in negotiations. If he don't want to negotiate at all, then they're going to offer a purse bid for the fight. And if anybody pays for it, that means, guess what that means? It means Deontay Wilder is going to get 60-40 split instead of a 50-50 split. That's the advantage of Deontay Wilder. Because now the split's mandated. There's no negotiation. All that did is put a block on how long Tyson Fury has to play around with it. Right? Isn't Tyson Fury acting like, I don't know what I'm going to do, or maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that, maybe I'll take a tune-up fight? That ain't coincidental, dog. That ain't coincidental. That order is not coincidental. That's how I view it anyway. That order that came yesterday is similar to that WBA order that came for Alexander Povetkin, giving him 24 hours to come up with that, 24 hours to come up with a deal, which did what? It allowed Anthony Joshua to pull out of any of those fake-ass negotiations he was having with Deontay Wilder and say, oh, I got to move on. I got to do this. Similarly, the WBC just ordered the fight, which means now Tyson Fury has a time limit by which to come up with a deal. Otherwise, you're not getting anything over 40% for the fight. You're not taking, and then the purse bid, they get to dictate how much they're paying. They get to dictate how much they're paying to Tyson Fury. Dude, that's a move. That's an Al Heyman move, bro. God, I sound like my son. That's an Al Heyman move. Okay, for people who don't think that I'll criticize Al Heyman or criticize the PBC, that's their move. That's them like what they did when they slapped Eddie Hearn in the mouth with that Dillian White, with that Luis Ortiz rematch. Luis Ortiz, Dillian White mandated fight. Like, nah, get out of here, Eddie. Get out of here, Eddie. You're not forcing a mandatory. You're not forcing your boy to fight Wilder. What we want Anthony Joshua Wilder because that's our cut of the money. Okay? That's our cut. You want us to fight you want our belt on the line for less. No, we get a percentage. Since we get a percentage, we want the Joshua fight. We want the bigger fight. Why would we allow you to manipulate us? This is the WBC into taking less money, Eddie. Come on, man. We ain't rookies. We ain't rookies. So what happens when Frank Warren and those guys doing all that? Well, maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do that. The WBC comes in and says, you got 20 days to end this negotiation, or we're going to mandate the split. And we're going to have a purse bid. And so whoever wins a purse bid owns it. Ain't that right? Whoever gets wins a purse bid owns it. Owns it. Which means they own the UK rights. They own the US rights. They get to pick the venue. They get all of that. And you don't get any upside. You get 64, you get 40% of the purse bid, of the purse, not of the revenue of the fight. Of the act, you get the purse. Which, in my understanding, effectually turns it into a flat fee for you. Because they're not going to beat them. And what's Eddie going to do? Throw a bait in there? Higher than? No. No. Now, I would love to actually sit in the purse bid and say, when they put the bid in there, do they get to up it? Like, oh, we offer this. Oh, well, then we'll offer this. Oh, then we offer this. Oh, we'll offer that. I'm not sure how that works. But I guarantee you, Al Heyman walking out with that fight. Showtime's walking out with that fight. And if the zone wants to match, all the better for Deontay. All the better for Deontay. Because that just means all these guys got to come up with some more. Come up with some more. Come up with some more. That's a beautiful chess move by Deontay. His team. Beautiful chess move. That's what Tyson Fury gets for bopping his lips. Tyson, you should shut up and said you're just going to negotiate the fight. You want the fight, negotiate the fight. Once you start acting like you don't want it and maybe you do this, maybe you do that. Okay. They pull that rug underneath your ass. In order to get a big payday, you're going to have to deal with Eddie Hearn. You want to deal with Eddie Hearn, Tyson? You don't. You don't want to deal with Fast Eddie and his dilatory offers. These English guys really do have a great control or mastery of their own language. Dilatory. Let me get back to this comment section, dog. Oh, let me hit this. What up? What up? What up? Al Heyman is as Michael Corleone. Don't ever insult my intelligence about boxing again. Exactly, dog. That dude know what he's doing, man. And so does Eddie. He threw that crap out there. He talked out of both sides of his neck the same day, dog. Justin Marsh in the building. Much love, man. Thank you, sir. Talks out both the sides. And literally, Eddie Hearn talked out of both sides of his neck the same day. Same day. I'm going to bid on the Wilder fight. I'm going to bid on Wilder Fury fight. Oh, I offered him 60-40. Dog, you ain't doing either one of them shits. And I don't even believe the 60-40 offer. But he only would offer that shit because he knows that it's not going to get accepted. God dog, man. The chick he used to take out on dates, you know, she ain't always that little, you know, the high school girl, man, little nerdy chick with the glasses, used to like you. You know what I mean? When you were in eighth grade, you know, you didn't want to holler at her too much, whatever. Then she hits puberty, and all of a sudden, boom, she got hips. She got them braces off, them glasses are gone, and now everybody and their mama like, dang. She ain't going out on a date with you, dog. You should have did it. You should have did it when she liked you. Okay? You should have did it when you liked her. Sometimes you don't get a second chance, shit, because shit changes, dog. It changes. And y'all don't want to act like it. Y'all don't want to even look at the trolls that do videos about Deontay Wilder. Look at the trolls that do videos about Deontay Wilder. Used to do a Deontay Wilder video because I did the videos. Used to get 1,000 views. Used to get 1,000 views from hardcore LDBC fans on Deontay Wilder videos. Would still do them. Now, 11, 12,000 views talking shit about Deontay Wilder. You know why? Because his profile has elevated, and we've all worked together to do it. You're going to have to get a good job. You're going to have to get a good job. You're going to have to save up some money and get that nice car, right? Get from the second, get off that B, off that, the bench on the B team to starting on the A team before that big titty girl that you passed up on before she wanted to talk to you again. Okay? She's the star now. She's the star. Lived right next door to you the whole time, too. You can be like Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy with what's her name? Haley Berry and shit. Like going after Robin Givens. Whole time, dime piece right there. Like everybody in the audience didn't see it. Y'all bugging. But AB, I'm happy that he clowned Al Bernstein. I think they need to clown all them dudes. Hold them responsible, man, because you don't want these guys. You don't want those guys turning into the all powerful Harold. No, what's his name? All powerful Larry Merchant, the all powerful Jim Lampley, who thinks that they're the reason that people watch boxing, where they can jump in the ring and crap all over you, right? You know, you remember Larry Merchant? Best thing. That was the day that HBO boxing died. I'm telling you, that was the critical wound that Floyd Mayweather Jr. inflicted on HBO boxing. When old man Larry Merchant, who had been sneak dissing and pencil whipping and highbrowing. That's why, did I put highbrow in the title? The high media highbrows. When they were all like, yeah, he's a boxer, but he's too stupid to know that I'm insulting him. Right? When he said, man, you always hating on me, man. You don't never give me my credit. And he said, man, if I was 20 years younger, I'd kick your ass. Said that to Floyd Mayweather. And the whole boxing world collectively knew that moment. Larry Merchant crossed the line. That's what Larry Merchant always thought about Floyd Mayweather Jr. He always wanted to whoop his ass, but he couldn't whoop his ass. Since he couldn't whoop his ass physically, he would whoop his reputation. He would whoop him where he could whoop him. Whoop him with this. He'd whoop him with his words. Right? He'd get out there and he'd do his little speeches. And Jim Lampley would get on his television show and he would talk bad about him. Right? Then he hired little crumb bums like Steve Kim and Dougie Fisher and all those other dudes to co-sign it. Right? Dan Rayfield on ESPN and all those little nerds would get in the line, pencil whipping him. But then he got exposed and he's like, you know what, you pencil whipping punk, I'm gone. I'm the king of boxing. I'm the guy that people want to see. And he got up and he left. And they ain't never recovered. Because these dudes like Al Bernstein, Steve Farhood, Paulie Malignaggi too, because you ain't no active fighter. Y'all forget. Deontay Wilder's paying your bills. Tyson Fury ain't pay your bills. He ain't even an HBO fighter. The fuck you riding his nuts for? Adrian Broner has been paying your bills. That dude is one of the most consistently watched fight. He's the most consistent viewership getter on Showtime. He raised the profile of fighters. He raised the profile of Mikey Garcia. He did. Because, like Mikey Garcia's fighting Adrian Broner. But you crap on him? Steady crapping on him. If I was your bosses, I would be like, hold on, man. You fucking with the bottom dollar, dog. Let me remind you what happened when Larry Merchant got a big ego. And Larry Merchant had a big ego, was tearing down. You want to know why one of the major reasons Roy Jones Jr. was never a big pay-per-view star? Larry Merchant. Larry Merchant was one of the major reasons Roy Jones Jr. was never a pay-per-view star. Because he tried to damn sure make him sure he wasn't one by talking shit over and over again. Never building him up. Never talking about how this is one of the greatest fighters ever to put on gloves and how this dude was like the new Muhammad Ali, and never did that. Never did it for him. Did the same thing, tearing these fighters down, building up the fighters that they want to build up. Chocolatito. Roman Gonzalez. That's the star they wanted to build. Roman Gonzalez. At the expense of Terrence Crawford. Who does that shit? That doesn't have some issue with Terrence Crawford. I'm telling you, they are jealous of those boxers. They're jealous of them. You want to know who's Fannon? You're jealous of AJ. I'm not jealous of AJ. I'm not jealous. I have to pay to see them. I'm not getting paid to see them. I pay to see them. If I was jealous of the motherfucker, I just wouldn't talk about him. I wouldn't watch boxing because I got to pay. I'm a fan. That's like saying I'm jealous of LeBron James. I have to pay to see him. They get paid. They get paid. And they get paid a lot less to be part of those telecasts than this guy that's on center stage. These are guys that want that attention for themselves. They want to be stars. Jim Lampley wants to be a star. Larry Merchant wanted to be a star. I remember when Larry Merchant got put off. I don't actually remember it because I was too young. But I remember I was watching Muhammad Ali on an interview with Dick Cavett. Right? Dick Cavett was like the Tonight Show of the time, Seth, whatever these, the late night talk show at the time. And they were talking to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was just, going back and forth, cracking jokes or whatever. And then Dick Cavett said, well, we were going to have Larry Merchant on, the writer for whatever he wrote, the sports writer on. We were going to have him on, but, we ran over with Muhammad Ali, so we got to bump him. Right? Larry Merchant, big as ego as he had to have hated that dude. Same thing with Norman Mailer. Same thing. These dudes got these monster egos because they think they're smarter. They think they're smarter than the boxer. They're better educated than the boxer. This is just some dummy that can punch. That's how they come across to me anyway. I can't speak on it. Like, I know what they're actually thinking. But I heard Jim Lampley say, oh, we make the stars. HBO, everybody wants to fight on HBO. So, we're not really out there looking to see who the best talent is. We're looking to see who we can make stars. So although Terrence Crawford is obviously the best talent that they have, they decide they're going to run with Gennady Golovkin. Or I don't know who was the better talent, Terrence Crawford or Andre Ward. But they had both of them. HBO had Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford, and they chose to put up in the forefront a 118-pounder from Nicaragua or wherever he's from as their top guy, and a 126-pound Ukrainian as their top guys. Instead of Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford. Dude, these media guys need to get called out. And what did Peter King, what's his name? Peter Nelson, the worst executive in the history of boxing, a Harvard-educated boxing writer. A Harvard-educated boxing writer. Double arrogance, double dose arrogance. I'm Harvard, number one, because you got to be a bright guy to get in there. No doubt about it. You got to be a bright guy to get into that school. And there's a lot of prestige around being from that school, right? He's a Harvard man, and he's a boxing writer. Quite sure a master of semicolons. Said that he was going to keep their nose to the grindstone and listen to what the boxing writers have to say about what the fight fans want to see. And he listened to them. Not the fans. Not the fans. Not like Steven Espinoza did, listening to the fans, surveying the fans, figuring out who the fans are and who the fans want to see. They were going to listen to the boxing writers who are half employed by the promoters. Half employed by the promoters. They were going to listen to them. That's why, and all these guys need to clown media. And that's seriously, man. Terrence Crawford is one of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound fighter. I got to give it to him, okay? I got to give it to him. All right? Pound for pound, number one guy. I love Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez right there. Resume's impeccable. Not impeccable, but the resume's awesome. But what I see Terrence Crawford doing in the ring, pound for pound, coming from 135 through 140, and what he's done at 147 so far, I would say he's pound for pound number one guy. He's talking to the wrong media. These dudes ain't never done shit for you, dude. Shit. These dudes had you on a 50,000, most talented dude, most talented up and coming fighter on HBO, didn't do shit for you. Shit. We were doing it for you. We're doing it for you. Doing videos about you. Same way we're doing it for Errol Spence Jr. Same thing we did for Keith Thurman. But all we are is boxing fans. Right? Ain't what Eddie Hearn called us, called Blue Blood, some small outlet. No, he's a big fan. I'm not gonna say that. I'll use 78 as an example. Not media, just a very big fan. Just a connector. You know your books you guys like to read, your Harvard-educated fuckboys. You know that book Malcolm Gladwell wrote? What was that shit? What do they call it? Like influencers, connectors, and they talk about how little ideas become big, right? What's the name of that book? It's in a book. Oh, you don't want to believe us when we say it. It's in a book. Let's go to the book. What's the book called? It's Malcolm Gladwell. Malcolm Tipping Point, I think it is. Gladwell Tipping Point. Yes, it is. Tipping Point. Let's see what it says in the summary. Tipping Point explains how ideas spread like epidemics, in which few elements need to come together to help an idea reach the point of critical mass, where its viral effects become unstoppable. Tipping Point explains how ideas spread like epidemics, and in which few elements need to come together to help an idea reach critical mass, where its viral effects become unstoppable. And in this particular thing, let's see what they call this. Because I know you guys are educated people. You're educated. Malcolm Gladwell. What do you call it? Influencers or connectors? Influencers. What is the influencer? I wish I could quote it. But basically what an influencer is it's somebody that, here you go. In the book, Gladwell describes the law of the few. There are exceptional people out there who are capable of starting epidemics. All you have to do is find them. Hi, dumbass. They know. Go read that book. Starting epidemics. You can have just a few exceptional people who can pick up the name of a boxer, make a bunch of videos about him, and then all of a sudden everybody else is talking about him. Why would that be? Because the people that listen to them talk to a lot of other people. So when 78 says something about you, and let's say Chevin Body listens to it, Chevin Body then goes to 15 different Instagram accounts that he's following, and he blasts people on all those Instagram accounts, right? So that's just him talking to one person who then talks to 15 people. And then Chevin Body talks to maybe 2 or 3 people there who take that and run with it, right? So see how that spreads? One turns to 15, right? Then that 15 turns into 300. That 300 turns into 3,000. That 3,000 turns into 300,000. That's how that works. That's why you can see my name on other people's videos and 11,000 people will go watch videos with my name in it. Because it's an influencer. Talk to the influencers. Guess who can't do that on YouTube? Kevin Iole can't do that. Kevin Iole can go on the internet, go to Yahoo, and anybody that might be looking at Yahoo might run into his article. But they're not seeking out Kevin Iole. They're not. You got Trill Boxing Talk, who has 600, 700 people in their deal. And who do you think those 700 people are that are listening to those two people talk every day are? Influencers, connectors. It's just it's what it is. It's what it is. So yes, you need to clown these media guys who are fakers. It's not even like they're that influential. All they're doing is tearing you down. All they're doing is tearing you down. They sat there with you right there, Terrence, right there, where you sitting up there in Teddy Atlas's face and said Lomachenko was the #1 pound for pound, with you and Andre Ward sitting right there. You know what he did? Whew, spit right in your face. Spit right in your face because he thinks he's more important than you are. He thinks he's more important than you are. And you and Andre Ward sat there like this. No. You know what Ali would have done? Ali would have told him about himself. Ali would have told him about himself. Am I lying? Then who's the #1 fighter ever? Muhammad Ali. Fuck about Floyd Mayweather Jr. The #1 self-promoting boxer ever is Muhammad Ali. And if you would have told Muhammad Ali he's not the best heavyweight in the world, that dude would have turned around right to your face and told you where you're out your damn mind. Would have told you right to your face. Wouldn't have let it slide. Wouldn't have let that know. And what else did he do? Walked around neighborhoods talking to regular people on Howard's Yard and doing Othello, playing Othello. And oh, come on, man. Y'all need to get with it, man. Anyway, man. Happy birthday. Oh, it's his birthday? It is his birthday. Happy birthday, Muhammad. Rest in peace, man. Rest in blessings, man. Dang, I forgot. It is his birthday. Yes, sir, it is. Let me make sure I didn't miss any of these. Oh, what's going on? Gregory Wyatt said, greetings, Troll Hunter reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But, you know, that's just me. That's just my opinion. You know how it goes. Yeah, Ali would have checked him quick. Yeah, hit that gong. Yes, sir. Happy birthday, Muhammad Ali. Fannon, salute to my lion ass Eddie. Yes, sir. R.I.P. for sure. All day. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, sir. Hit the gong one more time for Ali. All day, every day, man. All day, every day. All day, every day. That's my dude, man. Fannon, oh, what's going on? Philip Redden. Fannon, the boxer writers bypass the people who pay good money to watch these fights, but would rather listen to a bunch of dumbasses who never boxed in their life. Idiocracy at the finest. Yeah, absolutely. They know who, but see, they know who the best, they know who they are, dog. They know who the best fighter is. That's not the fighter they want to sell. There's no, people have opinions. People have opinions. And their opinions come out when they're on their way out. Like Bob Costas. Bob Costas made money. This dude is about to retire, right? Been on NBC for decades. 40 years, I think. And he does a Howard Cosell at the end and craps on football. Well, the simple thing is that it's ruining people's brains. You didn't know that 40 years ago, Bob Costas? You didn't know that this was ruining people's, that football getting cracked in the head by a 300-pound man 15, 16 times a game was ruining people's heads and their livers and their chest and their knee and their elbow and their shoulders? You didn't know that? Or is it just you've made all the money you need and now you feel free to say whatever it is that you think? Now that you're free, now that you're in your golden years and you don't care whether they renew your contract or not, now you can tell them what you really think, right? Same thing with Howard Cosell. Howard Cosell making millions and millions of dollars on Ali, on boxers' back. But as soon as he gets old enough where his money is settled, okay, now you want to tell the truth. Now you want to tell the truth. And crap on boxing. You know, take a dump on your way out the door. They were holding those beliefs the whole time. They were holding their beliefs the whole time. That Larry Merchant thing, dude, listen to what Larry Merchant said said to Floyd Mayweather Jr. after that fight. And that tells you what most I'm sure Larry Merchant's not the only one that believes that. I'm sure of it. Sure of it. Sure of it. These cats don't. You're talking about some super hoity-toity, country club living, country club membership, golf playing golf playing on the weekend, Harvard graduate snobs who have to interview dudes that didn't graduate from high school who were making 10 and 15 times the money that they are, getting better looking women, driving better cars, living in better houses, and are 1/3 of their age. You don't think maybe they got a little jealousy up in there? Little bit, just a little bit, huh? Worked hard. You know how hard they had to work to get to college, right? You have to work hard. You have to. They don't hand it to them if they didn't get their grades and they didn't study and they didn't do what they needed to do, they wouldn't have got in there. And if they didn't stay up late nights studying and doing what they needed to do, they wouldn't have graduated. It took real work to get there. Then they had to do the job. They had to come up through the ranks in the jobs. It might have taken these dudes 20, 30 years to get where they are. Like Brian Custer. I'm pretty sure Brian Custer and me are around the same age. Brian Custer is a noob. I'm a noob. I know what Brian Custer had to do to get where Brian Custer is. He had to be on Dallas television, bust his chops in sports. He probably had to do all kind of production work, all kind of stuff even to get to where he is. And you get Gervonta Davis, 19 years old, pop up making millions. And he's got a cow tied to him. He's got to wait if Gervonta Davis shows up late into the meeting, he's got to wait for Gervonta Davis. If Gervonta Davis ain't if he don't show up, he's waiting on him. And I'm not saying Brian Custer is that type of guy. I'm just using him as the example. These guys' egos, they have egos. They have monster egos. You ever listen to Jason fucking Whitlock? That fat bastard has got one of the biggest egos you'll ever see. This dude literally thinks that he knows more about football than guys that are professional football players because his fat ass played in college. And because he knows how to write. He has legitimate envy for these guys. And same thing for Adrian Broner. You can say what you want about Adrian Broner, but Adrian Broner about to get paid this weekend. Is he going to lose to Pacquiao? I believe he is. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. But I know who's going to make more money this weekend, Adrian Broner or Steve Farhood. I know who's more important to the show. I know who they're going to be waiting for and who's going to get their name said in front of all those people. It's going to be Adrian Broner. It's going to be Manny Pacquiao. And these people they have issues about that. They have issues about that. There's this thing, like one of the best things that like you don't ever want to outshine your boss. Like if you're getting really big sales and you're shining, everybody's loving you, dude. That boss that's right above you, if he doesn't really got his head screwed on tight, will start sabotaging you. And he might not even know that he's doing it. But what Paulie Malignaggi did to Deontay Wilder was sabotage. What Steve Farhood did to Deontay Wilder with all that, it's a robbery shit, that's sabotage. He sabotaged him. What they did to Canelo on that Gennady Golovkin draw, they sabotaged Canelo with all that robbery talk. What they did to to Andre Ward when Andre Ward beat Kovalev the first and second, when they acted like it was a robbery, they sabotaged his reputation. That's sabotage. Sabotage. But when they want to build somebody up, like Lomachenko losing to Orlando Salido, they'll just forget it ever happened. They'll ask, that shit never happened. He's the best. Hold on, didn't he lose to Orlando? Nope. Don't remember that. I don't remember him losing to Orlando Salido. I don't remember. Do you remember that Miguel Mariaga had never fought at that weight class, and Rigondeaux came up 2 weight classes? I don't remember. I just know that he's the greatest fighter since Ali, and probably better than Ali. Because trust me, if he wins, he unifies a belt, give it a week, he'll be better than Ali ever was. They can remember that. Yes, Adrian Broner needs to get on those media dudes. He's being honest about it. And if you're a boxer who becomes that type of guy, they need to call your ass out too. I am a huge fan of Andre Ward. Huge fan, huge supporter of Andre Ward. Andre Ward, I've heard Andre say exactly one thing in his whole career that I wish he could rewind his tongue and stick that shit back in his throat. Was that shit about Deontay Wilder not wanting that fight. That was not for him to say. That was, you trashed him. You got loose-tongued and you trashed him. But then he pulled back and he said, hey, man, I can understand how people would interpret that way. And that's not what I meant. Thank you. But if he kept doing that, I wouldn't have time for Andre Ward either. Wouldn't have any time for Andre Ward either. Okay? Because nobody's above envy. Nobody's above envy. Okay? Floyd Mayweather Jr. is envious of Muhammad Ali. Without a doubt. Envious of him. Envious of a man that's a legend for real. All these cats in boxing want to talk about legacies. Ali got a legacy. Y'all ain't got no fucking legacies. You're still fucking fighting. You have now. Your job is to do what you're doing now. You don't have a legacy. You don't have a legacy. You have a career. I'm fighting for legacy. Dude, no, you have a career. When you finish your career, then your career will become your legacy. That's it. Your legacy is your career. What you leave behind when you're done boxing is your career. Ali's legacy is his career. That's his career. From start to finish, it's his career. From winning the belt to being a 7-time fighter of the year, 7 or 8-time fighter of the year, from 1964 to 1979 or whenever the last time he won it, from being 100, 200 to something, whatever ridiculous underdog in multiple occasions, being a monstrous underdog, telling the whole world, I'm going to beat this dude that nobody thought you could beat, and doing it multiple times, to doing something so significant on your personal life that you played a part, he played a part in eliminating the draft in the military. That's his career. And when it was over, there's no arguing about that. That's it. Your legacy is your career. You don't get to hand it one. It's when you're done. And that's when Lomachenko got 12 fights. His legacy is going to be 17 fights, 18 fights. That's never going to be Ali. He will never be Ali. Floyd's career is over. Floyd is never going to have a legacy like Ali. It's not possible. It's over with, but he's envious of him. That's why he says GOAT. No, I'm TBE. That's just jealousy. That's petty jealousy. You're not the best ever, greatest of all time. How can you're saying if you're the best ever, then Ali can't be the greatest of all time. And if Ali is the greatest of all time, you can't be the best ever. I listened when he says that, it's a spit in the face of Ali every time. Every time he says he's TBE, that's his jealous ass spitting in the face of Ali. And I say that on Ali's birthday. Whenever these cats want to talk about blah, 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 fuck y'all. Straight up. And that's what he needs to say. The best ever fought the best. I'm just saying, man, I'm telling you. There ain't no way that dude is ever catching Ali. Can't. You was born. It wouldn't. It's never. It's one. It's one. Okay? There's one. It's one. Sorry. Being number 3, number 4, that's huge. That's huge. That's huge. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s career is gigantic. It's monumental. It's monumental. It's one of the top careers in the history of sports. But it ain't Ali. This is him. He's number 1. All sports. All sports. Not Pele, not Gretzky, not Bonds, not Babe Ruth, not Tiger Woods, not Jack Nicholson, not Joe Louis, not Jack Johnson, not Mike Tyson, not Serena Williams. It's him. It's him. Because he was put in that position. That is something that was given to him. And he lived up to it. You going to jail for slapping women, homie. That's part of your legacy. Ali ain't going to jail. Ali ain't spent a day behind bars for slapping up his mama's, for slapping up his kid's mama. Period. Ain't happened. The worst thing that Ali's got on his resume, the most shameful thing about Ali that I can think of, is calling Joe Frazier a monkey. That's the stain on his career. And I won't say he don't have a stain. That's his stain. Dog, it's just what it is, man. That's what it is. That's why people, you know who it is. Anyway, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But that's his biggest stain in his career. So, I'm not just, I love Ali to death, man. Like I said, I got pictures of him. It's the biggest shame of his career. It's the moment in that press conference I was like, man, you wrong as fucking rain, bro. You wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And you deserve every one of them shots he gave you in that, and he deserved all of that punishment he took fighting Joe Frazier. All of it. You don't call that man no gorilla, man. You don't call that dude a gorilla. He went overboard, he went overboard, he went overboard. That was the hateful, now he might have stuff in his personal life or whatever that I don't know about, but that's what it is. He should have never done that. Yep, Ken, Floyd got a great record in the ring. Ali is a hero of men. He's a lifelong legacy. Yeah, man. Yep, happy birthday, Ali. No doubt about it, man. Happy birthday to my man. And it's so much, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure to be able to tell that man happy birthday. Royal Kadashi said, you're right, Fannon. He went a little overboard. Frazier's kids suffering for that. Yeah, man, that's not right, man. That's not right. It's not right. And honestly, man, I put that's kind of like what I think about Eddie Hearn. One of the reasons I really turned on Eddie Hearn. What he was doing with Deontay Wilder wasn't right. It's not right. When you're trying to tear that man down, and then things that you guys are trying to do to that guy, that's beyond boxing. That's beyond boxing. This dude is a champion. He's the longest reigning heavyweight champion. And you trying to just ruin this man's name. The shit he tried to do to Al Haymon, like you're just gonna. He was stupid for that. So whatever. He dug his own grave with that one. Dog, you're not gonna steal Al Haymon's fighters, man. You're not gonna steal his fighters, man. And I don't know what led him to believe that he could do that. That's just, dog, when somebody's a father figure, you're not stealing people's children, man. You know what I mean? And you think that he ain't got some shit locked up where if he doesn't want him to go, that he can keep him, that he can't keep him there? Arthur Beterbiev left the zone to go to ESPN because Al Haymon let him go. Al Haymon let Beterbiev go to the zone. Let him go. And then for him to go to ESPN, Al Haymon said, okay, hey man, good luck to you, man. Enjoy yourself over there at ESPN, make that money. No sweat. He didn't have to sue Al Heyman. He didn't have to go inactive for 7 years for Al Heyman to let him out of his contract. And you know why I believe that is? Because I don't believe that I don't think Al Heyman's a dick. I don't know the things that he's done in his life. Never met him. But I just don't. But he comes across to me as somebody that's not, at the end of the day, is not a jerk. He's not a jerk. And that goes a long way, man. Not being a jerk goes a long way. Being somebody that they can say, well, you know, man, this dude let me out my deal. God, dog, man, I was screwed. I'm not making a lot of money. You know, these DAZN fights aren't coming through like Eddie said, right? They're not coming. And Al's like, look, man, if you want to go over to Eddie, that conversation might would have been like that. If you want to go to Eddie, okay, I'm telling you, I don't think you should go to Eddie. But look, man, we're under an advisory contract. You told me about it. That's what you had to do. Now, if you want to go do it, go do it. Okay. All right, go do it. But I'm telling you not to do it. Then Better BF comes back, isn't getting the money that he was promised, isn't getting the fight dates that he's promised, right? I'm just assuming that's why he might want to leave there, because I know Demetrius Andrade ain't getting nothing. Demetrius Andrade don't even know he's fighting this weekend. And he's on the same weekend as a Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather pay-per-view. Who the hell is going to be watching Demetrius Andrade? Nobody. Anyway, so he goes back. He's like, man, I want to go to ESPN. This DAZN shit ain't working, dude. Well, you got to, hey, look, man, go to ESPN. But look, here's the thing. I'm going to let you out of my agreement. For whatever reason, I'm just going to let you clear of my agreement. I'm going to let you out, okay? Hey, man, best of luck to you, right? Take care. Period. I don't have fights for you on Fox. I don't got fights for you on Showtime. Okay? If they say they got fights for you, go ahead and get your money, man. Right? That's why Beterbiev is going over there. That's one. I mean, because Al Heyman let him. I'm paraphrasing everything I said, obviously. Deontay Wilder should do a one-fight deal, no money needed. He'd rather take Joshua's. Man, what are you talking about? That shit sounds ridiculous, dog. Deontay Wilder needs to get his money, and you guys can live with it. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Rocco Marciano? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. What's good? Focus Ball and MMA said the only reason I knew Andrade was fighting this weekend is because I walked through Madison Square Garden every day and saw a poster. Now no media coverage whatsoever. Yeah, pretty much, man. Dude, I had no clue Andrade was fighting. Dude's trying to be cute, man. Dude, the cat has a reputation as a liar. Why are you signed with a guy with a reputation for lying? Makes no sense to me. Okay? Makes no sense to me. Andrade was on. And Andrade can fight. Andrade was on the Cornerman Radio, and the Cornerman Radio was like, man, I'd like to see you fight I'd like to see you sign with the PBC. And he was like, oh, well, you know, it depends on the offers that are coming. Demetrius Andrade is too smart. He's too smart for his own good. Stop being cute, dude. The fights are in the PBC, Showtime, and Fox. Dude, and I'm going to tell you right now, I hope I'm wrong. But I think Amir Khan versus against Terrence Crawford is going to not do well. I don't think that fight's going to do well. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it. I don't see it. But people are not buying fights for Amir Khan in the United States. Unless he's getting some money on UK pay-per-view. I mean, Terrence Crawford's name is not like that. You know what I mean? I don't think his viewership is I don't think he's as popular as Deontay Wilder is. But Amir Khan might be a little more known than Fury, so maybe they're looking at that aspect. I'm going to be supporting it, but I'm thinking 200. If he walks out with 300,000 pay-per-view buys, man, I'll be happy for him. Happy. Anyway, you know what it is. UK fans have turned on Khan for Duck and Brook. Yeah, man. I mean, Khan's but you know, for the UK fan, that's the UK fight. I can understand why he'd want to beat Terrence Crawford because he wants to be a star in the US. You know, that's what he wants. But look, man, I appreciate everybody coming in. Oh, 180K buys max. I'm hoping it does. Man, I would love for it to do 3, but I can't see it. I can't see it. Because number one, Terrence Crawford doesn't talk. Terrence Crawford don't talk to nobody. I mean, he'll talk to whoever it is. It seems to me that he'll talk to whoever it is the Top Rank says is coming by. Okay, bud, I need you to stand here, and these 3 guys are going to come by and ask you questions. I need you to answer those questions. And you say, okay. Whoever that is are the guys that are getting the media, getting the answers. If somebody tries to walk up to him and stick a mic in his face, that's my media guy. Talk to my media guy. How are you going to sell that way, man? It's media. You don't even need these guys to do it. You know, Gravy Davy, man, what's good? He said, oh, man, much love in the super chat. When I was young and naive, about 10 years old, I did not leak because I thought he talked too much. My dad told me he's promoting himself. Get on the horse and ride with a black man that's good. That's what's up. Hey, you got to, dude. I'm gonna ride with him. I'm gonna do the videos. I'm doing video. I'm already doing Terrence Crawford videos for the Khan fight. I've done 2, right? I've combined one with the Errol Spence Jr. talk. I've done 2 already, and I'm telling you, man, that shit does not encapsulate people, dude. We are months away from Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, people want to talk about Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder's fight's not even settled yet. You know what I mean? People want to talk about Errol Spence Jr., but it's not, you know, and that might be my audience particularly, but I don't think so. It's just that Terrence Crawford doesn't give anybody anything to eat with. He don't give anybody, the best thing Terrence Crawford has done to self-promote, the best thing he did was is that argument he had with Errol Spence Jr. That was the best thing. The other best bit of promotion Terrence Crawford got was when Errol Spence Jr. gave that interview after the Sean Porter fight. When somebody asked him about Terrence Crawford and he started talking about it. The 2 biggest things that I've heard the 2 biggest bit of conversation that have come from Terrence Crawford about Terrence Crawford came from Errol Spence. When Errol Spence Jr. was talking in front of just regular media people. I mean, talking to, who was the person that asked him? I think that might have been the guy, what's his fucking face, in that press conference. I can't remember who it was, but in that Showtime press conference. And then the fight after the conversation after the Maurice Hooker, that was spread by that tape was spread by ES News. That's the biggest promotional pushes that he's had. At least on YouTube. I don't see commercials on ESPN. But he won't do that type of thing. You know what I mean? Dude, Bud would be to have somebody in B&B gym, B&B, I think that's B&B, called B&B in Omaha, right? I went by there, right? In videotape when they were in construction because they had just refurbished it, you know, and my daughter was in a tennis tournament in Omaha, you know, and I went by there when they were still rebuilding it, right? So I did my own little Terrence Crawford tour, right? But if he had somebody in there that was just, you know, regularly showing him sparring or talking or asking little questions about his life or making comment, you know, that type of shit, dude, it would go a long way towards selling this fight because there would be that much more content out there. You know what I mean? But just having it pushed just by Bob Arum, dude, Bob Arum can't work over 6 hours a day now, man. I promise you, dude is 90 years old, man. And even then, that model of promotion really isn't even doing it like that anymore. You know? We talking in boxing now. We've been talking boxing talking boxing now. I'm promoting him now. Spence checked Crawford's homie. That was hilarious. Spence, hey, that's a mean dude. That was a mean dude, man. Spence a mean dude. That showed a little side of his personality I didn't really recognize as being there. I always kind of get him as being a nice guy. But when he told that boy, check your boy. Like, dog, hey, don't make you ain't talking crazy to me, man. He ain't talking crazy to me. Get your boy. What's going on, Ronald Gomez? But look, man, I'm about to bounce up out of here, man. Thank you guys, everybody, for showing up. Let me check this super chat real quick. I know my man Gravy Davy came in the house, man, supporting. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It will go to Le Cause. Oh, D-Lo 4. I missed D-Lo 404. Said Eddie bought a banner and rented the school cafeteria. Much love in the super chat, man. Oh, I meant Miss Ryan Clark. Fannon, the motherfucking Don. Salute. Pound, fire, LDBC. Keep coming with that heat. Yes, sir. Man, much love in the super chat, my man. I appreciate y'all supporting. I really do appreciate y'all supporting. So, yeah, appreciate you guys, man. Let's about to get out of here, man. Hey, check out my man World Breaker Fighting and Curtis Anderson. I also think that Curtis Anderson and my man Scrapbook Boxing have a new channel, and Blood are going to be and Blood Boxing, Retro Boxing, are going to be doing a historical channel together, man. I'm looking forward to that. I subscribed to it. I think I saw something come out on it, man. So you guys keep your eyes out for that as well. But check out World Breaker and Curtis Anderson, Kurt Sugar net at 12:30 and 3:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central Time. I got my man Best Fight the Best is coming on. And of course, Stay Ready Boxing's got a show coming on as well. So you guys should have a lot of conversations about this boxing on your truck, when you're at work, when you get your earbuds in, do all that good stuff, support the LDBC. And man, ignore them haters, dude. Ignore them. It'd be great. Ali. And another gone from a man, Ali. Rest in peace. Thank you for everything you've done for us in this boxing world and as a black man in America. Yes, sir. Oh, Kid Santa Fe said I'm bringing folks for 9. Great job, great channel. Thank you, man. Much love to the LDBC. Yeah, exactly. Much love to the LDBC. The hate is real. Yeah, I mean, these dudes, man, look, man, ignore those dudes. Ignore them. And don't tell me about them, because I don't care. If you say some shit, of course there's going to be somebody trying to feed off what you say. That's what parasites do, and they're part of nature. All right, y'all, with that, I'm out. Peace.